Not the kind of person to say I told her so, but you know what? I told her so. I fucking told her so.
Oh, mother.
Does it ever get old? Does it ever get old? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I decided I haven't done a live, especially for just everybody recently. So I was like, let's do a live. Let's go live. So what's going on, everybody? I know the head bonk is like it. It's so good. So I'm gonna make the slow mode a little bit more. I didn't forget the Kira forehead one's the first one I played. Everybody's good. The pets are good. Hey, Guts, you good? Gus is good. How you doing, buddy? You want to come say hi? Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi. Who's that? Who's that? Got an eye boogie. Ew, it's a big old eye boogie. Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Okay. There's the Gus. What are you looking for? What? What? There is no food up here today, buddy. No food up here today. You guys want to see a cool color? Hey, Alexa, studio lights off.
Okay.
Ooh, look at his collar. Hey. Good boy. Alexa, studio lights on. Hey, thanks, Laura. Alexa, studio lights on.
Okay.
As if I'm a pleb, I don't want to push a button. Okay. The white fur in the front of Gus is his shooting star. Have you ever seen a shooting star? Come here, Gus. Show me a shooting star. Up, up. I don't know if you can see that, but he's got a shooting star. It's a line of white right here into a star. See? Shooting star. Okay, go. He's a good boy. Yeah, if your Alexa can hear you, Alexa's like, you don't have studio lights, so there's nothing I can do about it. So today, because of what's going on, the Meemaw shirt, yeah, I love it. So if you can see my name here, it's shit hits the fan. The Solar Express is coming. Hey, thanks, Dean. Appreciate it. The solar, what's it called thing? Ooh, thanks, Mary Pose. That's awesome. You gifted it. Someone who's going to get one of those. Yeah, the solar eclipse is coming. So make sure you put your sunglasses on and get ready for the end of the world, because that's basically what's happening. Okay. People are wondering what a Bugout bag is. Okay, so if the end of the world is coming, even if it's not coming, okay, everybody should be preparing for an emergency, no matter what the emergency is. Okay, it's called the Solar Express. That's what I'm calling it. Yes. So basically, everybody, I think you should be prepping no matter what. Not Mormon prepping for like weird biblical events, but like for honest to God events. Like if there's an earthquake, what are you going to do? Do you have a bag? Do you have a box? Do you have something in your vehicle? Are you prepared that if something happens that you're safe for up to 48 hours? That's basically what a Bugout bag is. It's a 48-hour grab bag that should protect you and your family, should keep you fed, should keep you clothed, should keep you hydrated, and everything else for 48 hours or more if that's what happens. So basically, you grab your bug out bag when there's an emergency and you take it with you everywhere. Yeah, you need different glasses. It's true. Yeah, hurricane kit. I'd say it's similar to a hurricane kit. Like a bug out bag is, again, you need to bug out when you need to get away. You should have a bag. Now, everybody should be preparing for emergencies anyway. You should always, because unless you don't care, fine, I get that. But if you have a family specifically, you should always have a preparation. You should have canned food. You should have flour, sugar, water, oats, beans, rice. You should have that all stored somewhere so that you can access it when there's an emergency. Okay. I'm not just saying end of the world, the whole world's exploding because of an asteroid or there's nuclear fallout. Those, yes. I mean, in an event of nuclear fallout, your bug out bag ain't going to do shit. Okay. Unless you have a nuclear vault to stay in, you're kind of screwed. Okay. Water, MREs, food, which we're going to show you here in a second. Yeah, so make sure I'm not reading comments because I'm talking, so hold on. Ruby did videos like this? Wow. Well, mine's gonna be better. But Mormons, obviously, they prep for biblical end times, which is really weird because if you believe what the Bible says, you're not really going to be around in biblical end times. If you're a Christian, if you're a Bible-believing, Jesus-believing Christian, you're not going to be here for, well, I mean, it depends on your take of Revelation, but basically you're going to be fine. You don't need to survive that. So that just goes to show what Mormons believe. They don't actually believe they're going to get to heaven. So sorry, Mormons. Yeah, at this point, if there's like nuclear, if it's Oppenheimer, just kiss your ass goodbye. How about that? Some people are good with that. But for me, if something happens, war breaks out, someone invades your country, if there's an earthquake, tornado, something that's going to like destroy your electrical grid, like war, things like that, EMPs, all that kind of stuff, I prepare for that type of stuff. Okay. My home is protected in certain ways. I'm not going to tell you all the ways my home is protected. But I also have a bug out bag that is equipped with so much stuff. I haven't even opened this thing in so long. I don't even know what's in it. So you and I are going to go through my bug out bag, which is enormous, by the way. It is absolutely massive and isn't conducive to like quick retreat, especially if you have to get on foot, because this thing probably weighs 80 pounds or more. But I'm of the, here's the thing. People with ADHD, when it comes to shit hits the fan situations, we're ready. Okay, we're ready. Hands up if you have ADHD out there, okay? Yeah, you need a generator. You definitely do. Okay. Hands up if you need to make a quick decision, how easy is it for you to just make a quick decision and just act on it? I'm not saying for everybody, but for me, I thrive in very high tense situations. My best work is done when I'm under the gun, when I'm like, oh my God, it's down to the wire. I get my best work done when it's stressful. It's not for everybody. My wife hates it. Okay. But all the jobs I've ever had, the best work I've ever gotten done was when it came down to the wire and I had to make quick decisions and go with it. So people with ADHD, you have superpower here. Because people like us, when the shit hits the fan and we have to make a quick decision, we're on it. You want to be around somebody who has ADHD, who's good at making these quick decisions when the world ends. Okay, you really do. Because we're ready and we will make quick decisions and we will go. That's just how that works. So ADHD is a superpower to some degree. So when the world ends, find yourself an ADHD person, okay? They'll be annoying if you survive, but you'll survive, okay? Anyway, so I'm going to show you what my bag looks like. Hope you guys can hear me. This is what it looks like. And it is humongous, okay? We're going to start with the front of the bag. Obviously, you got your survival knife. You want to make sure you got a nice sharp survival knife for a bunch of different things. For cutting wood, for gutting fish, for gutting animals, for protecting yourself against people who are going to hurt you, that kind of stuff, okay? That's important. Get yourself a nice knife. Okay, on the front here, I got these little black bags. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me fine? In this bag, communication. I've got 4 walkie-talkies. One for... Sorry, yeah. I got 4 walkie-talkies. So if we had to break up into teams, we have walkie-talkies. Okay? And they charge via USB, which can be charged by the sun. There is no batteries in here. Well, there's batteries, but it's not like double A's or anything like that. They are rechargeable. And you can get those anywhere on Amazon, whatever the case may be. Okay? Okay, I'm going to put that back in there. In this one, I've got latex gloves because you never know when you're going to need latex gloves. Depending on the end of the world situation, make sure you've got gloves. Okay. Holy smokes. What's in this top thing? I don't even know what's in here, guys. Remember when I used to go through my wife's purse? Okay, we got flashlights. And I'm stupid because it's not charged. You idiot. So I got to charge that. Safety glasses. Gloves, like reusable gloves. Insect repellent. Cables charging. Band-Aids. Holy, there's lots in here. What is this? What is this? Oh, just elastic straps for the case. We've got a screwdriver kit. Another flashlight. Sounds good. Got a couple of those they're really bright flashlights. What else? And just cables and microphones from my walkie-talkies. Okay, so that's in the top portion of the bag. Layla, your coffee is just coffee. Your bug-out bag is just coffee. I don't think I have coffee in here. Okay. What else we got? On this side, this is one of the most important parts of my bag, I think. This solar panel. Okay, that will charge my big giant solar batteries. This will charge I have one of those big battery boxes like this big, and it will charge it in 8 hours. I know it takes 8 hours. It's a long time, but it will charge it. Yeah, here we go. I don't know what this is. Walkie-talkie chargers. This is a good tip, everybody. Hold on, I just saw it. A bottle of honey is one of the strongest natural antibiotics, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory, and it also is very good for eating. And it never, ever goes bad. Honey will stay forever. You can eat honey from like the biblical times if you really want to. The bag is from Amazon, and it is a big ass bag. As you can see, see that? But hear me out. I know it's heavy, but man, if it comes to like protecting my family and saving them, I will carry this bag to Mordor. Okay. Amy, I don't know if you heard, but the Solar Express is coming and the world's coming to an end. So just so you know. Oh, this is a good one too. Northern Mind says, make sure you have copies of your important papers and everything you have. Even if you don't have paper copies, make sure you have a thumb drive with all of your important documents on it, okay? Depending on the end of the world situation, it's going to be very important. Okay, I'm looking in one side here. I got, oh yeah, boom, axe. You want to make sure you have an axe. You have to survive out in the wild. This will protect you from a lot. It'll also help you cut firewood and lots of things. Make sure you have an axe. What the heck? Mine's got a protective case on it. Yeah, if the technological systems break down, you can still probably use walkie-talkies if you have them in a Faraday bag and keep them protected at all times, which I do. This is another one I have. You see that? Why isn't it focusing? Focus! There we go. Also unscrews. Okay, it's got fishing. It's got fire starter in it. Where do you run or hide in New Brunswick? Just head to the trees. There's tons of places to hide in New Brunswick. It has a compass on it. A window breaker. And it's got waterproof matches and stuff like that inside of it. So that's it right there. That's also protective. Like a lot of what I carry is for personal protection as well, because in the end times, people are coming for your stuff, especially if they know you have it. Okay, what else do I have in here? Fire starters. I don't know if you can really see that. These are fire starters, so you go inside of a fire and you just let them light them up. Got this. Fire in a box. So it comes with a flint and a fire starter. I'm not going to do it in here, but basically here. Can't see it, but it's to light fires. It's waterproof and stays safe. This is Lisha's Bugout bag, muffin bites. Got my flashlights. Don't want to lose those. And again, these flashlights are chargeable by USB. They're not batteries. Okay, let's see what else is in here. IMPs, Canadian. These are Canadian MREs. Okay, these will last a long time. And someone who's local to me gave these to me. So, beef macaroni. It comes with a bunch of food inside of it. I've got enough food in this bag to last my family 48 hours, full meals. Okay, so if I have to stretch that over, I can probably live for close to a week on the food that I have in this bag. Always carry peanut butter. Okay, that's when you need calories, you need energy, peanut butter, protein, sugar. It's got it. Okay, Amy, well, you'll get to Walmart tomorrow. You get yourself a Bugout bag and you start. Yeah, well, I should get you thinking. You guys should be planning. I mean, and yeah, Rob's right. Anything, like, especially when it comes down to like being hungry, if you're hungry, you'll eat anything. Okay, so MREs are not tasty generally, but when you're hungry, you'll eat them. Get it, Dean. Get out, get it. Here's some more stuff. Here we go. I'm opening up the big bag now. Am I missing anything else? Got that. Here we go. Holy smokes. Always carry a bunch of carabiners. So, sleeping bag. Okay. Yes, dryer lint is an amazing fire starter. I save all of my dryer lint. Guys, bag up your dryer lint. It is an incredible fire starter. Like, almost, you just need a quick spark and that thing will light any fire. anything. I got this thing. What is this? Oh, it's my binoculars. Oh. Here we go. I choose to have binoculars so that I can see things from far away. Important to get a really nice pair of binoculars, okay? That's just for me. But that's important to have just so you can, like, I mean, if you're really into prepping, you should have a good pair of binoculars. Please do. Right? Hoarding lots. Here's the thing. If you're going to hoard canned goods, go for it, right? But you don't just have to hoard beans. Hoard all the canned goods. Stuff that you're going to find delicious. Cans of potatoes, beans, you get vegetables, corn, green beans, tons of stuff. Chef Boyardee, whatever it is, high calorie, high sugar, high salt, get it into you. MREs are made to eat one a day, and they're full day calories. Do not eat more than one a day. Yeah, exactly. Most of this stuff, Stacy, comes from Amazon. Hey, Solar Express is coming, Leah. We're preparing for the end of the world. Soups, chili. Yeah, get it. Fruit. Get the stuff. Hoard the things that you're going to like. Like, I have an entire bag of just macaroni and cheese like powder, because my son loves it. And I have a big giant ass. I'm not going to show you all my food preparation because it's so big, but I just have pasta. But my son loves mac and cheese, so I got a whole damn bag of it in a Mylar bag with an oxygenator in it, and I've got it sealed so it'll last 10 years. Okay, what else we got? Emergency sleeping bags. Got a bunch of those. Bunch of emergency sleeping bags. One of the most important things you need to have in your survivor bag is a survivor filter. I don't know why that's not working. Okay. I have 4 sleeping bags in this Bugout bag. This is a water filter system. Okay. Basically, you put the water in, filters it, and then you pump it out with this pump. Okay? That's one of 3 water filter systems that I have. Because water is going to be the most important thing at the end. You can survive without food for a couple of weeks. With water, days. You need water. Costco now has packs of water straws, which you should get your hands on. Rope, twine, make sure you have some. No, I don't think the world's really ending, but I'm preparing for it anyway. Never know. Cutlery. Cutlery. I don't know why I have a tripod in here. Not like I'm going to be making YouTube videos for the end of the world, but I think that's from my binoculars. Now here's an SOS tent. Get yourself one of those. All from Amazon. Cutlery for my family. Enough for everybody. Another sleeping bag. Honestly, I can make you guys a list. I will make you a list, okay? For sure. See, it's not the end of the world can mean a lot for a lot of people. If the electrical grids are taken out, which that looks like it could be very possible, very easy. Okay. That's when you need this stuff. So you can survive still under your regime, but still survive if the power goes out, right? Tips for cats. If you have the ability to bring a cat, go for it, put it in the carrier. But yeah, I don't like, I mean, depends what the situation at the end of the world is. I've got myself these. Okay. This is an Under Armour, like, super thermal shirt that you can wear to stay warm. I think this goes up to minus 35 degrees. Yes, if you can bring propane. I have lots of it, but yeah, bring propane. I'm screwed at the end of civilization without my meds. I'm sick as hell. This is one thing you should also be doing if you need medicine, like I need certain medicines as well. You stock your medicine. Sorry. You stock your medicine as much as possible, okay? Absolutely. There's the pants. So I've got a whole thermal. I've got a whole thermal suit just because. Why does that look like there's a thong? What the heck is that? What is that? What? Anyway, thermal. Very, very thermal. Yeah, bring gold for bartering. You know what else works for bartering? Is alcohol, food, medications, things like that. Coveralls, just in case, never know. More twine. This is paracord. Paracord. A map. Sure. You might need a map. Emergency plastic sheeting because I'm Dexter. Ponchos. Emergency ponchos. I got lots of emergency ponchos. Life straw. Another water filtration thing. Good to have on you if you go for a quick jaunt, if you need to go hunting or whatever the case may be, you bring this with you. If family's back at the camp, they have the other water filtration system. Make sure you have a life straw. Okay. You basically stick this in the water and you can drink that right out of the water. And I mean, you can drink that out of the grossest, dirtiest water. So you can use, guys, you can get a map all you want. I'm going to use a compass because I know how to use a compass. Another sleeping bag. Inside the bag, I got a bunch of just regular tools like wire cutters, tape, multi-tool, blades, things like that. Okay. Ponchos, glasses cleaner. What's this? Emergency blanket. Lighter. Can't see that, but disposable masks. Never know. You never know. Some of the most important things in here is this kit that I got from Decathlon. Very cool. No joke. A fishing rod. Get yourself. They're very cheap. You get them at Decathlon. This one breaks down really, really small. So I have a fishing rod because I know how to fish. Here's this attaches to my solar for power. Batteries. Yeah. And then that's my fishing box. All right. That's it. I'll have to put all this back together properly. Trying to think what else is in here. Okay. There we go. So that's basically my bug out bag. And next to my, oh, thank you very much, Idetta. And right next to my bug out bag, there is my wife's bug out medical bag. It's like they're together. They might even be strapped together. So my wife's medical bag has everything you could possibly imagine inside the bag. You got, what are those things called? Turrets. I don't know what the heck they're called. They bind wounds, things like that. I've got clotters, I've got bandages, I've got scissors, I've got
wrap, adhesive. I've got medicine, every kind of medicine you can think of, especially penicillin. Now I'm being tested right now to see if I'm allergic to penicillin, so hopefully I'm not. Yeah, I'm going to take all this over luscious stuff, steal all our food, and we're good for a couple years. The kids each have their own bags, but they are light, and they are just full of like extra shoes, underwear, socks, lots of warm socks, and clothes, and maybe a few snacks just in case, but that is it. The kids can't be burdened with heavy baggages, okay? My wife has a bag and her medical bag. I'll likely carry the medical bag, but the medical bag is one of the most important things. Tourniquets, that's what they're called. I could go get the bag. I just don't know where she has it right now because she was filling it up. So this is kind of a cool tripod. Pretty cool. Yeah, my wife's bag also. I have so much stuff in that bag. I got it for Christmas. It has so much stuff. We could literally do anything that's like a medical emergency. We can do it with the bag. Take bullets out. Okay, we have tourniquets. We have bandages. We have wraps. We have I have like ankle braces in there. I've got like this stuff. Okay, I'm sorry for being a little bit crude, but when my wife was nursing, how do you say this? You guys will know this, okay? Nipples get really sore, but there was this medical cream that has like ibuprofen inside of it. That stuff is a miracle, okay? We have a bunch of that, a bunch of medicine for headaches, aspirin, Tylenol, you name it. We've got it in the bag. Like, and I mean an umpteen amount. We got tons of iodine, tons of it, just in case. We have a suture kit in there, absolutely. So, also, of course, in Canada, everybody should be strapped up. If you, at the end of the time, I absolutely am strapped up. Okay, Canada, the laws for our weapons though are very, very, very difficult. So you can't just go like the U.S. Just go to Walmart and buy yourself a gun. Okay, you can't just go down to Cabela's and buy a gun. Okay. I had to get my PAL, which is my license for non-restricted firearms. And of course, I have non-restricted firearms. Okay. I have a sword behind me there if I need it. So, yeah, tons of sanitizers, tons of dry socks. So, if anybody's got some great ideas that I've forgotten here, obviously, my Bugout bag also includes my clothing. I've got really warm military style boots. I've got military style gloves, knee pads, and shoulders or elbow pads. Soap sheets, brilliant idea. Toothpaste tablets, good idea. Water tablets for water purification, excellent. I've got pots and pans. What else do I have? Cream for bug bites, insulin shots for illicit kids. I was gonna say insulin's great, but I also have insulin because one of my cats, actually, he's free from diabetes now. Sam beat diabetes. Isn't that crazy? But insulin is really cheap in Canada. Okay. So if you want to keep yourself stocked up, make sure it's in a refrigerated area, get insulin. You can trade insulin. It'll be worth more than gold in the end of the time. So if you don't need insulin, bring it anyway, because it'll be worth tons. Okay. I have tons of insulin because we can get the pens real cheap. So we just have those. Of course, my pets are coming depending on the emergency, of course. Bring lots of yapples. Headlamps, very important. Not only flashlights, but my headlamps are up by the door because when we take Gus for walks at night, we put our headlamps on. Everybody's got one, so they just hang by the door. So in a situation, I'm grabbing the headlamps. Stock up on your meds, guys. I know, I just do it. I mean, there's no danger in having extra meds, okay? Yeah, waterproof containers with fire starter kits and medicine, important, very important. Make sure, yes, you have your period products. You absolutely must have everything you're going to need. Those things also can be made along the way with various things that you can find. But yeah, if it's just a few days, you got to make sure you have at least a week's worth of everything you're going to need. I don't know if Ozempic will be worth a lot, but maybe. Ham radios. If you can get yourself on a ham radio and get your license for a ham radio, I would get that. But in case of an EMP, you got to make sure that your ham radio is stored inside of a Faraday bag or underground inside of a metal container so that it cannot be hurt by that. If you guys don't know what an EMP is, it's an electromagnetic pulse that can come from anywhere from a bomb to the sun. Okay? There could be a big enough solar flare that could literally wipe out parts of the Earth's electronics. An EMP literally bricks electronics. So if an EMP directly strikes something that has like a computer chip in it or something that runs on a computer, it will cease to exist. It will not work. It's like welding it. It will not work anymore. Okay, so Faraday bags, Faraday containers, and things like that are really, really useful for storing walkie-talkies, electronic communication devices, phones, things like that. And you want to keep those in a Faraday bag or a Faraday container. Work gloves, very important. I've got some of those in there. Jillian, don't have a crisis. Just be prepared. What is it that she said in what's that movie? Edna Mode. Luck favors the prepared, everybody. An old car, brilliant. Yeah, Jennifer, I ain't messing around. I'm good to go. The reason why you want an old car, if you could find anything from below 80s, is because those cars wouldn't really be affected by an electromagnetic pulse. Any car that runs just on a motor that has no electronics, basically no electronics, and no, I'm talking about computer chips. EMPs are kind of useless against like normal working parts. It won't like brick a car, but it'll brick a car if your car needs an electronic computer to run, right? So old cars, very, very important. Don't be scared, be prepared. I love it. That's a shirt. Latex gloves, got those in there, absolutely. Notepad, permanent markers, important. Very, very important. Whistle, great idea. Very good idea, especially for communication. If you have no ability to communicate with walkie-talkies, whistles, very important. This, absolutely, Rob V, very good idea. You can get a book of what you can eat in the wild. Also, you can get like lots of survival tips on how to like survive post-apocalypse, right? And so one of the things you can do is download tons of videos from YouTube about how to survive. Keep those on a USB stick and maybe keep a little tablet nearby or a small laptop. And if that doesn't work in the end, you're going to have to like print them out, put them in a book. Really, really, really important. Because you can have like a disc with videos on it. That won't be affected by an EMP. Okay? If you are licensed to carry a firearm, yeah, but in the end times, just carry a firearm. You're good to go. Oh yeah, I'm aware, Kelly. If an EMP comes my way, I'm walking. We're huffing it. 2 feet in a heartbeat. Ziploc bags is a great idea. And you can get them cheap at the dollar store. Yeah, they're bulky and expensive, but yeah, I mean, you should have them. But consider how many people in your family and what, like, in the event of that you're going to need a gas mask. I mean, you know, I don't know. Tons of iodine. Make sure you have tons of iodine. That's going to be very useful in other situations. Pepper spray absolutely could be useful. Yeah, toilet. I didn't even say toilet paper. I know you don't be wiping your ass with like, you know, poison ivy. Toilet paper is very important. Solar powered weather radio. Very important, Kaylin. Love that one. What provoked me to do this live? I've been talking about prepping for a long time, and also you got the solar eclipse is coming. Cheap alcohol for cleaning wounds, absolutely. Yep. Hand crank radio, I have one of those. Dried fruit and beef jerky. If you can get your hands on a freeze dryer, they're not cheap. Get yourself a freeze dryer. You can freeze dry anything, but any food that will last for a long time, start getting that. Start getting it ready. Bow and arrow, great idea for hunting. Absolutely. Filter mask, N95s, important to have if you want. Yeah, I'd say that. Tarp for shelter, absolutely. Get yourself a tarp or a tent. I have a tent. Vaseline. Yep. Yes, I like camping. I like hiking. I can survive in the wild if I have to. Some people cannot. My wife won't be very happy about it, but we'll survive. Okay. I can survive in the wild. Not everybody can. So maybe it's worth, if you've never tried it, just go try it for a weekend. Prepare yourself. Bring these things with you. Try to go to a safe place overnight that if you need to get back to your car, you can. Try camping. Try just going. Yeah. Watch plenty of this show, Naked and Afraid. They'll show you how to survive. Solar power is very, very good if you can get your hands on it. Carrie, I Are you sure? End of times, we got priorities here. We got priorities. But I mean, condoms can be used for other things, I suppose, I guess. Gary. Yeah, there's nothing to be worried about. I'm just saying we're talking about prepping for if there's anything. It's emergency preparedness. That's all it is. Lots of people are, and I'm the type of person that's not very good at like thinking ahead and all those kinds of things and planning. I just go with it. I just go with the flow and I have fun. It's the way I work. But when it comes to prepping and preparing to protect my family, I'm 100% like, I find this very interesting and I find it rewarding. I find it therapeutic, and just knowing that I have all these things ready to go, I feel good. And I have a team. Like I've got a bunch of friends and family where we have a team, we have a meetup, we have everything we need to do to completely continue on if we have to. Yeah, this is very important. Okay. It's also important to make sure you're physically healthy to take care of yourself, walking around, dragging food out of the woods, cutting firewood. Now, this is true. Like if you can't physically do any labor whatsoever, you're basically just stay home. Okay. You're just stay home. Okay. You really, really got to figure out how to get yourself at least at minimum able to walk long distances. Okay. And that is beneficial for you in so many ways, regardless. You're doing a weight loss journey, walking, just walking. You don't have to get out there running. Just walk 30 minutes a day, get it up there. It honestly doesn't take that long to get your cardio up. I use this app called C2 5K. It's Couch to 5K. By the end of the 8 weeks, I could literally run 5K without batting an eyelash. Okay. My cardio isn't where I'd love it to be, but in an emergency situation, I'm good to go. Also, don't forget you'll have adrenaline. So my Bugout bag is for leaving if there's an emergency here, right? If I have to come back, then I know where my food is stored, right? The other preparedness is for like if things hit the fan and you have to be here and you have to close yourself inside your home, I'm prepared for that as well. Sunscreen, very important. Yeah. You will get in shape real fast if your life depends on it. Why? What did Kelsey say? Yeah, if you're pregnant, just stay home. Just stay home. Water bottle, shovel, toilet paper, hammock. Yep. Water bottle is important, obviously. I got emergency weather, solar hand crank, SOS alarm, and flashlight, right? That's cool. But make sure you have other things too. Oh, when you find out what I know about K&T, just wait. We're just waiting. We're biding our time. Duct tape, very important. I have lots of that. It will be a problem for the elderly, especially if you have to huff it on foot. If you have to get out of a city center or of a place where it's dangerous, yeah, it's going to be very, very problem for the elderly. It really is. I mean, sure, but that's the least of your worries. Absolutely. Anything start a fire. Yeah. Everybody start watching The Walking Dead and like zombie apocalypse stuff. You'll start getting an idea. Oh, they make Faraday backpacks? Really? Ooh. It's true. A radio is nice, but that's like the least of the things you're going to need, right? Depending on the emergency, if you need to get away for a few days, it's good to have the radio, but in a real dire end of world emergency, the radio is not going to do shit for you. And you can just find one later. The Last of Us is great. The game is amazing. Oh, wait till you see what else. If you have 2 dogs and a cat, make sure you're just in a place where you can get safe quickly and set up camp quickly. If you wear prescription glasses, definitely get a few pairs. If you're blind without glasses, get yourself extra glasses, rugged ones that can last. Get yourself a few pairs. You can find very, very cheap websites. You can buy very cheap glasses too, like $50, and you can get 20 pairs. You won't need to freeze dry dog food, but in the end, dogs, if you have a dog, they should be able to survive on their own. They should, because you're going to have to start hunting and everything right away. Playing cards, that's a good one. Yeah, you gotta keep yourself entertained. Collapsible wagon. I have a collapsible wagon, and that's actually a great idea. But you got to make sure you're careful which type of wheels you have. You don't want little plastic wheels. You want, if you're gonna have a wagon because you need to haul a wagon, it's got to be pneumatic tires, like pump upable. They can pump air into them so they can go over rough terrains. If you have a cockatoo, unless it can fly, you're kind of just leave it. If we're Christians and won't be here for end times. No, I'm talking about the way Mormons prep for their type of end time stuff. The Mormons have different end time stuff. Yeah, boots are very, very, very important, everybody. Boots. They do make Faraday backpacks. That's awesome. I love that. If you don't know what Faraday does, it protects from electromagnetic pulses and stuff like that. Don't manifest the end of the world. Always have paper money on hand, gold, silver, anything that you can trade barter with. Yep. Portable suction rescue device for kids. Life Vac home kit. Never heard of that. It doesn't, but there's people saying stuff could happen. Wool socks, yes. Maps. I don't like, honestly though, do you need maps? I mean, I suppose. But really, in the end, if it depends on type of emergency. Plastic. Put in your boots, make it into a raincoat. Yep. Hand warmers, depending on what season. Yeah. What is this Life Vac stuff? Oh, yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool. So you can, like, yeah. Okay. So people are saying that there could be massive earthquakes that could happen. There could be anything, a solar flare that could erupt that's bigger than any solar flare we've ever seen before. I don't know. People are just saying stuff's going down. This is more for like this type of bug out bag is like in case there's a tornado, there's a hurricane, earthquakes, things that you need to get away from your house for a couple of days or longer for. Contractor trash bags. Yep. I mean, it depends on your boss. Some bosses might be like, you still coming in, even though it's the end of the world? Hey, you still coming in for your shift? Depends on your boss. Hector's mom, are you in Michigan? Yeah, in Ottawa here a few years ago. I say a few, a couple 20 years ago, the power was up for 3 weeks. So that's when generators, food comes in handy, stuff like that. Then take it with you, buddy. If you can put it in a small cage or something, then sure. What is this in prep for the USA only? No, prep. You should. Everybody always everywhere should prep. Doesn't matter if you use it or not. Just have it. Power bank. Absolutely. Make sure you have power banks. I have a little. I forget what it's called. It's a really big power bank. It's got a plug, 2 USBs, a lighter plug. It can power a lot. Power a TV. Okay, so Alicia, if your bug out bag's too heavy, you have to let him know. You have to change that. You can't just be hucking out with a 60-pound bag if you've never done it before, or start walking with it for fun. Yeah, don't quit or sell anything yet, guys. It's not. We're just talking about prepping. Don't get scared. Yeah, make sure you have a window breaker. I have one of those. This is important too. Like my company laid us all off. This is my shit. This is my shit hits the fan. Prepping is useful for everyone. Like imagine that, right? Like let's say something happens and you just lose your job. If you've got 3 or 4 months of food stored up, that could be very beneficial for you. Okay, that's a shit hit the fan situation. You could use that until you get yourself back on your feet without spending money. You know what I mean? There are more than one reason to store food and stuff like that. The eclipse on Monday where I'm from is 3:25 in the afternoon. My boss, it's the end of the world. See you at 9, normal time. Tuna pouches. Yeah. If you see any of those food bags that are in like bags like this, this is a Mylar bag. Okay. This is a Canadian military Mylar bag. And so this one is lasagna. Anything in a Mylar bag like this will last just as long as a canned good. Okay, Mylar is metal. Okay. So any like tuna pouches, tuna, food, anything. Just like, I wish I could show you my storage. I'm not going to, but I wish I could. Exactly, Caroline. Exactly. You prep for everything. The Dollar Tree I work at has gas bag foods. Yeah. I used to be an Army cadets when I was younger, a teenager, so I've had lots of MREs. Yeah, I suppose I could open one of these. Let's see. Smoked meat. This one is Indian chicken. That's probably going to be pretty good. Shepherd's pie. What's this? Sausage and hash browns. What's this one? Cornbread. Here, I'll open this one. Okay. I don't have a fork down here. Do I? Okay. This is sliced pears. You have to know somebody. You can't just buy them. So I know somebody. But you can also order MREs and things like this on Amazon. They're expensive, but it doesn't matter. It's worth it. Oh, I do have a fork. I have a fork in my Bugout bag. See? Crickster, you know your onions. That's actually a great idea. Alina. Someone at church told us to par-cook our meat before freezing. That's a great idea. Parboil it, par-cook it, and then you can freeze it and you can eat it. It'll last a lot longer. Yeah, if you've got an Army or Navy store near you, you can probably buy some of these. No, my kids are not aware for prepping. No, they're not aware. But we stay active, and I keep it up. So here are pears, okay? You're supposed to boil this, but I'm not going to. There. Oh. Pears. Yep. Go to Lush's house. Yeah. Go to the dollar store. Lots of stuff you can get that will be prep, like cans of tuna. You can get those little cracker things with chicken stuff you can put on them. You can get boxes of mac and cheese, pasta. Go to you could prep your whole family for months with just on Dollarama stuff. Spices are very important. Salt, pepper, sugar, very, very, very important. This is tasteless, but again, it's just pears, and they're real. And they will offer some. You'd be surprised if you learn you can live a lot on so little as a human. Vodka is a big one, just especially for cleaning wounds, for trading, for drinking. I don't drink. Even in the end times, I don't think I would drink. Pretty good, though. No, I have an absolutely massive first aid kit. Like, my first aid kit is like humongous. It's an entire backpack because I know in the end time or sometime emergency prep, because my wife's a nurse as well. If we run along somebody who needs help, we have literally everything in her bag. So this bag and her emergency bag, we grab those bags and go. Hers is as important as mine, and it is massive, just so you're aware. My medic, their medic pack is the medical pack that you should have on hand no matter what, even if you're not prepping. Agreed. These are good. This is made for physicians. I might just get it too then. Dana, I hope that you're right. But here's it. Hope for the best. Hope for the best. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. They will never give in months in advance. Yeah, this one you're just going to have to figure out. I don't know. If you need life-saving medications, it's just, you're going to be at the mercy of the state. Fire blankets, really important. Yep. It's because Carrie was talking about condoms earlier. Vitamin C, very, very important. Vitamins in general. Vitamin D, vitamin C, get all the vitamins that you're going to need so that you can take supplements just in case. So you can, if you don't have a lot to eat, you can supplement your intake with vitamins. Okay, that's very, very, very important. Right? Having prepping stuff made us so comfortable for the days we had no power in the past week. Isn't that like, it's peace of mind, guys. The reason why sometimes you get insurance for things too, so you feel good. Like, we have dog insurance. We're getting another dog. We have dog insurance on the new dog. Okay, we have insurance on our life, on our mortgage. All these things are more for peace of mind. So you know, if things happen, you're good. All this makes, you don't have to be scared. But this is just in case something happens, you are good to go. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Yeah, silver. Oh, man, that's a great one. Hope for the best. I'm going to send that to my wife. $100%, that was delicious. It was great. It was great. I was out today at my friend's house just shooting guns, learning all about my new weapons. I love it. Congrats, I think. Waterproof everything, especially for your children. I guess you guys will have to see. I spoke to friend's dad last week, and it's good and bad. The issue he's having is that he's fighting in Mexico, and she has trillions of dollars, right? It's truly a David and Goliath battle, but he's still fighting, and he has not lost hope. I've got a little spice thing that's like, it's got all the little spices in one little thing. Yeah, that's true. Oh, this is great. Liquid IV, electrolytes for water. Excellent, excellent. If you're creating a prepping community, make sure you have doctor, nurse, first responder. Prep your brain. If you're creating a community of preppers, and you have to know that everybody has to play a role. If there are people who are going to be dead weight, they better be family. Okay, they better just be there because they're there. But if you're going to be prepping with a community, with friends and stuff like that, everybody has to know their role, right? My role is obviously comedic relief. Just kidding. I'm a hard worker. I know how to build things. I'm very useful to people. Like, I've got in my group, I've got 2 home builders. I've got my wife who is a first responder. I've got a firefighter. I've got a paramedic. I've got someone who knows how to plant food. I know someone who is an engineer. I know someone who can create things as an electrician. I know everybody in my prepping group is going to add to a new community, right? So if the event hits, we've all been talking, we get together once in a blue moon, we chat with each other, we make sure we're cool, we know where our meeting spots are going to be. That's really, really important. Good for you. Get as much stuff. Don't ever feel ashamed for prepping. Don't worry about deodorant. Just smell. Okay, it's the end of the world. Yeah, I got most of this on Amazon, like most of it. I can create a list for you, but it's crazy. Axe, machete, absolutely. I have 2 axes in my bag. I also have a giant ass knife. Right. Oh. Honestly, water, beans, and candles, you can survive a long time on that stuff. Candles, you can do a lot with candles. I have tons of candles. You should always have candles. You can cook with candles. You can light with candles. You can heat with candles. So, root cellars are very, very smart. Is there a specific bag from My Medic? Well, let's take a look. Let's look together, shall we? The Medic bag is the best one. Okay, so let's take a look. Med packs. Where is it? This one? Medic bag. Here, this one here. Is that the one I have right now, Rachel? It says it's sold out. It's $1,500. I mean, yeah, I have water, have a bottle, but I have water filtration, so that's important. So this one comes with over 450 quality first aid and trauma supplies selected by first responders and medical professionals. Treats 10 plus people, made from high quality nylon cordura for utmost durability. This is a good one. Here's what's on the inside. This is great. So it's got scissors, EMT shears, super skin bandages. It's got small cold pack, which is for ice, light sticks, paracord. I basically have a lot of this. Gauze mods, burn mods, medication mods. Oh, that's nice. 4 ibuprofen, 2 APAP, 2 aspirin, 2 diatomine, Dramamine, Difen, Diamode. Oh, clean and prep mods, antiseptic wipes. We got treatment relief mods. We got blister mods. Oh, hydration mods, tool mods, saline. This is great. Masks, hydrogen peroxide. That's a good one you should have on hand. This is a great pack. Yeah, can your own veggies and bone broth. Get into that stuff for sure. See, Rachel, you're going to survive. You're on my team. That's a good pack. Guys, that's expensive. That's $1,500. You can get something similar for cheaper if you just build it yourself, but that's a good bag. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. EpiPen, absolutely, if you need it. Yep. Well, Stephanie, what do you bring to the table? Okay, what do you got? Like, can you cook? Because you definitely need a cook on your team. And the cook that's on my team, she is like, boom. We are packing for the end times. Just kidding. Emergency preparedness. My Patriot Supply is good for a lot of things. What's that? My Patriot Supply. Stuff is so interesting to me. I thoroughly enjoy doing this. I kid you not. Oh yeah, My Patriot Supply is one of those like meal preparedness. That's okay. Okay. So for $580, hold on. For $580, you get a like a kit to cook with, right? You get, I don't know, that's a water filtration. You get a bunch of food. Yeah. Oh, that's not bad actually. So this will probably feed you guys, like your family, for a week, maybe if you're lucky. Long-term food storage. Here we go. Look at that. 3-month food supply. So mega 3-month emergency food. So here's the thing. Here's a 3-month food supply for $866. And a lot of people would be upset at that because like, oh, it's $866. Guys, how much does it cost you to feed your family for a month now? Right? So 866 is a big, giant hurt, right? Or you can do a 6-month for $1,500 or a mega 6-month for $1,800, right? Think about this for a second. How much does it cost you to feed your family for 6 months? That's worth it, in my opinion. Learn to can your own food. Learn to, again, get a freeze dryer. Even if you're in a community of people, rent a freeze dryer, freeze dry a ton of food. Anybody who has a spouse or wife in the military, you can figure out a way also to get yourself some MREs. Yeah, I will leave this up, Jill, for sure. For sure. This is an important one. I want you guys to prep. Yeah, water, food, housing, security. You got it. I'd say security is probably number 2. You can, no, you can't just buy these at the store. You have to go to camping stores and stuff like that. But it's just it's freeze dried food it's reheated or boiled like this, very similar to this, where you just put this in a pot of boiling water, and when it comes out, it's chili. This is chili, right? You just put that in a pot of boiling water, comes out hot, and you eat it out of the bag. See, Jen, you're awesome. Tell your husband, awesome. We love him. Yeah, if you're prepping and staying home prepping, learn to plant food. Depends where you live. In Canada, it's really hard to eat 6 months out of the year because we have winter, right? So I'm gonna learn how to can. I think that's something I'd like to do as well. Yeah, this is a great idea, Rachel. You're so full of great information. It's like you also should have a binder full of survival things, how to make power, solar, water, whatever. There should be like what plants you can eat, how you can hunt, how you can prepare food, how you pluck a chicken. There are so many things you should books that you can buy, survival books. I have a bunch of survival books. You should just start watching videos now. They're really interesting. It's really interesting. And all that information in your brain is going to help you survive. Just get it. Yeah, cotton balls and Vaseline. That's true. It's true. It's a good fire starter. Yes, you should still buy Powerball tonight. And if you win, send me some. Your freaking lottery in the States is crazy compared to ours. If we have 30 to 50 million, we're like, holy smokes, that's a big one. You guys have like $1 billion on your Powerball. But here's the thing. In Canada, if you win the lottery, you keep it all. It's all yours. In the States, you give half of it to your government. Very important, Lacey. Snake bite kit, depending on where you live, 100%. So the most likely scenario for prepping is literally like an emergency situation based on what happens with weather or like the earth. So if there's an earthquake, if there's a tornado, if the power goes out for whatever reason, like in Ottawa, they had a huge ice storm a few years ago that shut the grid down for like 3 weeks. That's the most likely scenario for this type of stuff, and likely you're going to stay in home and you're going to be prepared for that. That's the most likely. The one that are kind of far-fetched that like, okay, maybe it'll happen, it could, depending on how the escalation goes with our countries, is electromagnetic pulse war or hacking electrical grid systems and taking them down. Okay, that's where they're going to get you. They're not going to light off giant bombs, and it's not going to be like, not necessarily, but they're going to light off things that are going to take down your grids, going to take out your communications, your internet, TV. It's going to take down all that kind of stuff. That's a scenario where like you're going to have to survive. Okay, so that's a little bit different. Yeah, someone recently had a 7.5 earthquake. There was one in Taiwan. You see the buildings almost tipped over. That's likely what it is. Oh, a sun oven. Yeah, that's cool. If you're in the prescription meds that you have to take daily, what can you stock? You know what? Talk to your doctor. Just stock. If there's a way that you can, I don't know, especially if you take them daily, that's a really hard one. I don't know how to do that. I honestly don't. For me, I'm just going to stock up on the meds that I have, and then I'll just get more and stock up. I'll just skip meds so I can have a little bit. Yeah. Kelsey, smart. You have stuff in your car if you get stuck. That's brilliant. Look, if you can talk to your doctor and say, doctor, I'm a prepper, and I know it'll put me at ease if I can stockpile a few of my meds. Now, it depends what those medicines are, where the doctor can be like, yeah, I'm not going to give you this because you're probably selling it, right? But if it's a medicine that you need to survive, that's probably not registered. You know what I mean? Like you need to give your license or ID to take it. Just talk to your doctor. Maybe you have a cool doctor. I don't know. Ruby and Jody went to Mexico to get more meds. That's just saying, you can go to Mexico and find meds that you need a prescription for, but you don't need a prescription for them over there. Just saying. There's lots of mail services that do that too that are completely legal. Just whatever you do, don't break the law, okay? Because that's not going to help you. Yeah, dryer lint is my favorite fire starter of everything. And it smells like Tide. It's nice. For those of you on daily meds, doctors will write the script where you can pick up a 90-day supply at once. It won't cover you forever, but at least you'll have money. Yeah, that's the thing. 90 days will get you pretty good in a shit hits the fan situation. Well, Renee, let this be your sign to get out there and get some food. At minimum, get some food. Get yourself a nice medical kit. Be prepared. Vet medication important, especially if you have pets. Like Gus is going to be hunting with me, right? If your insurance won't pay for extra, okay, but you might have to shell out if you can afford it. It's that important. Instant coffee never goes bad. Powdered milk also very good for end of world stuff. No, Kat, I never heard of that story. I'll take a look at those. A good tip for people stuck at home: get lots of ice, put it in the tub. When it melts, you have water. It keeps them cold. I actually have this tub liner that goes inside my tub that has a hole, and it fills up the bladder, so your entire tub is water. Like you can get a tub full of water. So you put the bladder in your tub. They're like $10. Okay, you just fill it up, and then you put a cap on it, so it's water stays fresh, fresh for a long time. So you can get tub bladders. Very, very important. Like we're talking about prepping at home. Tub bladder for sure. Fill up as much freaking water as you can. If you have big jugs of water, fill up as much water as you can. I live in a system that I have a well, and so I can pull well water out as long as I have power to my well, and it takes almost no power, so I will be fine. But people who are on city water, city sewer, and all that kind of stuff, Very, very difficult. That's why people in the country are going to survive. Okay, people in the city are not going to survive. Get out of the city. Never heard of the wellness company. That's pretty cool, though. Hey, Paula K, how are you? Yeah, get a dehydrate. I've been considering getting dehydrate because they're relatively cheap on Amazon, like $300 for a good one. And so I'm going to try to dehydrate food, but freeze drying food is the better option because freeze drying food will last forever. Forever. No, I wasn't able to get the dog from that situation because of the rules of bringing them into Canada. So, but it sucks. But I think I hope the dog got adopted. Brita water filters, yep. Yeah, I think it is more of a Western thing. Prepping is definitely that, but everybody should prep. I mean, especially if you live in like southern US, southern like wherever, South America, you should prep. Just prep differently, right? We have to prep for warm, cold weather, everything else. I have stuff packed from last summer when Alberta was on fire. Water, food, important paperwork, cat litter, sleeping bag. Yeah, absolutely. See, that's another one. Fires. If you live in a place that could be, affected by big fires, you should prepare to get out. Especially with all your paperwork and things you need. All that that's a bug out bag situation. I live in the US and I've been told to have 2 months of food and water. I too have my own well and still discern we need water. When the event happens, you can't live without water. Yeah. If you're being told to prep for 2 months, that's good. 3 months is better. If I could only have 5 things to prepare, water filtration, a firearm, an axe, something to start fire with, and lots and lots of warm clothes. Because you can always hunt. You can learn to hunt. Oat and a boat, the hoe, see? I'm fully prepared for 5 hours. That's awesome. I have a hard drive. I have, if I need to, there's not really anything important in the end times that I really need except for copies of documentations, mortgages, insurance, and things like that. But I'm not taking pictures. In the end, it doesn't really matter. That's not something I'm taking. A hard drive isn't something I'm really worried about. But a thumb drive with your important documentation on it, that's important. Okay, get yourself one of these. You can hold a lot of shite on here. You can hold movies on here. When kids need movies, you can put movies on there. Wait, you want me to discuss with Matt and Abby about being on their podcast? No, they're not going to let me be on their podcast. Can you imagine? No. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a better world without electronics later on for your kids anyway. Yes, your kids, big kids and little kids, should all have bug out bags. Absolutely. Yeah, money, I don't know, depend on the emergency situation, but always have cash at your house for normal emergencies. Like if there's a fire, or something like that, or earthquake, you should have cash somewhere you can grab. Absolutely. Because you're going to survive, Mima. I don't know why it's called bug out. I mean, bugging out is like a military term for like getting the hell out of Dodge. Having a stockpile of cans is also a good supply of water in the cans as well. Canned fruits and waters. Yep. Absolutely. Canned fruit is a huge deal. It's good for sugar, something delicious. Again, cans, honestly, I'm going to do a little quick research on it. How long does a canned good last? Canned fruits and vegetables, soups, and even meats will last 1 to 5 years, usually with an expiration of a few years into the future. Canned goods will last even longer in your underground bunker. Everything from canned pineapples to pork will stay fresh for a long time. 18 months and 5 years are saying for cans. So a lot of people who store cans, you should rotate your cans into your pantry, eat it, and then keep it restocked. But again, in the end times, if I'm 20 years into an apocalypse and I find a can of Chef Boyardee that looks decent, I'm eating it. Okay. Chris says, do you want me to put together a PDF list for this? Yeah, sure. If you want. Yeah, sure. That'd be great, actually. Alicia, I've been a fan and supporting your channel for 2 years. Don't know why your mods are placing red flags. I don't know what you mean by red flags, but there's nobody placing red flags on you. Not my mods here. Because I like to prep and I like to talk about prepping because people sometimes don't know and they should know. You should know. You should be prepping. Just prep. Okay? What do you have to lose? You got bug out panties? Awesome. Good for you. You should have a fully stocked bug out pantry for sure. Yes, gold. Money's going to be useless in a real emergency situation. Gold, silver, tradables. Absolutely. Really? Instapots have dehydrator? I have an Instapot. Really? Videos for next week. I think I'm going to cover Wheelchair Rapunzel because it's been a while. She's been on my list for a bit. Ariana from Crazy Pieces is coming into that. Also going to cover the arrest from Pam What's-Her-Face from the Ruby case. So lots coming up. No, I don't think we're in end times. Everybody thinks their time is the end times. It's not. We're not going to know the date and time. We're not in end times. Yeah, I'm going to post this for sure. Yeah, if you drink coffee, it's important to stockpile coffee. Hygiene, not necessarily. I might stock up on razors and stuff like that, but I don't need shampoo and conditioner, obviously, for the end times, right? It's not something that I think is important to carry. Not really. A bar of soap is probably important to cleaning your hands and stuff, but I also have Purell. But no, I'm not taking like skincare routines on me. I'm not taking Drunk Elephant into the post-apocalyptic world with me. But I mean, it depends, right? Yeah, make sure you bring your French press. You cannot leave without your French press. That's the most important thing. Get lots of honey. Kara's right. Stock up on honey. Honey's good for a million things. Yeah, even if you get sick of beans and rice, you'll survive. It's about survival, right? It's not about like survive. It's not like you're not glamping in post-apocalyptic world, right? You're just surviving. Baby wipes, very important. Yeah, it depends on the emergency, but for a bug out for a couple of days, I'm not taking pleasure with me. There's no pleasure in the bag. Carry. There's no condoms. You just, it depends. In a different situation, a long-term emergency, you're going to be busy, right? But yeah, I understand books are probably important. If you're going to be reading, you should be reading books on survival. But yeah, I would take some depending on how long the emergency is for sure. I've got that in place. I've got an iPad full of movies just in case. My husband's a physicist at CERN. No worries. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. CERN is like cool. Yeah, they're going to hunt and bring back mosquitoes. Your husband loves the. I love it. We need more dudes watching the show. Hello, Don. Yeah, get yourself some walkie-talkies for sure. It depends. It really does depend. Yeah, I say if you're really worried about that, I would probably have night vision because it's getting cheaper to have. Any advantage you can give yourself, as long as you can carry it and take care of yourself, I would take the advantage for sure. Yeah, it'll be hard to get anxiety meds stocked up. It will, because anxiety meds are a controlled substance. See, I love when people watch my videos together. I love it. Would I hide in the woods? I think, yeah, if it were a situation where it's like you're being invaded and stuff like that, yeah, I'd hide for sure. Yep. Also, easy ways to educate your kids about it. Start them young. Books on survival. Absolutely. Get them even fiction books on survival with kids. I don't know if there is a lot, but yeah, get survival. There's a, not for kids, but there's a book series I read called the Extinction Survival Series. And oh my gosh, it was zombie apocalypse stuff. But like, yeah, get your kids books on how to survive. Get your kids in cubs, camping. Take your kids camping. I know not everybody likes it. Get your kids used to that, because sometimes, it's just, you should learn how to camp. Everybody should learn how to live in camp. It's actually not a bad idea, Vega Vice. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, you bring extra clothes for sure. Not tons, but yeah. We'll see, man. Let me know. Talk to me on Instagram. Yeah, see, there's this reality television shows like Bear Grylls. There's also like Naked and Afraid or Naked Alone or whatever it's called. There's a lot of shows that you get your kids, if they're old enough to get into watching survival things. Again, get your kids interested in camping, having fires, learning how to do those basic things. They love it. Camping was like my favorite thing as a kid. I was in Army Cadets, and it was like, to this day, some of the most important things I ever did as a child. Get your kids, if they're old enough, in cadets. It's free. Literally free. Okay. And it teaches them survival skills, camping, teaches them about weapons. Army cadets, air cadets, Navy cadets, get them in cadets. Not a lot of kids are doing it, and it's really great. Especially if you have and I grew up with no money. Cadets was like my escape. It was free, and I got to do a lot of things I normally wouldn't be able to do, that people who had money did. Like, I wasn't in Cubs or anything like that. I would not go to a Walmart in an end time situation. No, like, unless you can get there first and know it, it's going to be a dangerous place. Okay. Because people are going to be going there too, and they're going to be carrying weapons. Yeah. See, nobody really likes sleeping in a tent. Like, don't let them lie to you. They don't, but you should do it anyway. You should get used to it. No, I'm in Canada. It was free in Canada. Army cadets should be free. I don't know anywhere where it charges you money, but in Canada, it's free. What's up, Brittany? Yeah, Girl Guides. Get your daughters in Girl Guides. Absolutely. Our Boy Scouts are no longer Boy Scouts. They're just Scouts now, so everybody can join, girls and boys. Reed Hatchin. Okay. I mean, in an end time situation too, having an RV is probably a really smart idea, because you could technically put that into a pretty tight situation, hide that somewhere. An RV would be good. Oh, it's called ROTC in Texas. Like, yeah. It's, yeah. You don't have Army cadets in the States? Okay. That's cool. Yeah. My son is in Scouts, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap. Rennie, you've never been camping? Go camping. Even try glamping for a bit. Just try glamping. Why do you want to survive if something big happens? I do often think about this question a lot. Like, it depends on the big. It depends on what really happens, right? But yeah, I mean, I'm just that type of person. I just want to try to survive. No, I save every bit of dryer lint I have. I have in baggies, massive baggies of dryer lint. I keep every bit of it. It is not stupid to save dryer lint, especially if you have campfires. I have campfires all the time. I don't recycle my cardboard. I burn it. I love burning cardboard. A tiny bit of that, light it inside of a piece of cardboard. It's save your lint. Okay. Tell your husband, stop being a wanker. Save your lint. Survivor tips for survival kits at home. Food. Stock up on canned goods and things that are going to last. Flour, sugar, water. Put them in Mylar bags. Seal them. Put oxygenators in them. Seal them. Okay, you have to do that stuff. Like, you got to do it. I did army kits for 3 months. I didn't like the shouting, and I'm too girly for all the camping and dirty stuff. Survival, not volunteer. Okay. It's not for everybody, right? In army cadets, it's just like military. Like, they treat you like it's crazy. Glamping is camping, but inside an RV or with even in like nice tents with modern conveniences, TVs, microwaves, things like that. Glamping is like it's like really, really nice camping for people who don't really like camping. I seal dry food so that it doesn't get any moisture to them whatsoever, right? I put them in Mylar bags with oxygenators inside of 5-gallon pails because I don't want any moisture getting at it. It will last a lot longer. Obviously, you should learn basic first aid, of course. Yeah. If you can be debt-free in this day and age, you are wealthy. Okay. Very, very, very wealthy. It is getting really hard to become debt-free in this world. It's getting hard to buy a house, getting hard to pay rent, getting hard to buy food. It's crazy. Yeah, you can glamp at home. Try it. Put a tent in your backyard and just try it. There's a survival book that has everything. Keep up an MP1. Yeah, get a survival book. Get them for people. Yeah. If you need to survive an emergency in Canada and Canada's cold climate, you're screwed. Okay. Unless you really know what you're doing. Okay. Because exposure to the cold will kill you. Exposure to the heat might kill you, but you're way more likely to die from exposure to cold. Okay. So if I'm in a situation where it's the end of the world and I can go anywhere, I'm moving south. Like I'm migrating way south. Like, I mean, Texas, Florida, south, where I can plant crops all year. I don't have to worry about snowstorms and cold. I would leave the cold. It's not conducive to survival. It really isn't. What are those things you can put in trees for water? You mean tapping the trees? You can just tap a tree. A pine or a maple tree, you can just tap. Yeah, pie. Absolutely get some walkie-talkies. Mill your own grains, very important. Yep. Cynthia, I'm glad you're learning. Good for you. Do you think your neighbor would come together in a bad situation or everyone looking out for themselves? It depends. I have a group of people that we are going to come together in that situation. We already planned it out. They're people with similar vibes. But yeah, it depends on your neighbors. Most people are going to be out for themselves, so just be careful. It's okay, Renee. If your husband works at CERN, just go to CERN. That'll be placed. You'll be protected there. They'll protect that place. It's never too late to start a group, guys. Get on a Facebook group locally to you, local preppers Facebook group. Find some friends, find people, and get yourself in and say, hey, here's what I have to offer this group. Learn something. I don't know. It's never too late. Yeah, get a sourdough starter going so you guys can always make bread. It is so easy to make bread. Like 3 ingredients is all you need to make bread that you can survive on. Absolutely. CERN. CERN is it's the big giant thing it's a collider. It's basically a collider for scientific research. Start gardening, start preserving. Absolutely. If you get a bunch of extra strawberries because you bought too many or you found them on sale, start canning them. Start making strawberry sauce. It's so delicious. and you can can that shit for 10 years. Yeah, if you can get tactical firearm training, do it. Pack your Stanleys, you're gonna need them. But yeah, there's always Facebook groups that are local to you that are preppers groups that are open to, you can get on Reddit. There's a lot of Reddit prepper groups too. Prepper groups are good for information, and they're always willing to share a wealth of knowledge. Okay, if you ask preppers anything, they will tell you anything you need to know. I don't think so. Yeah, see, having lived through no power for a month after Hurricane Katrina on the coast of Mississippi, I can assure you there are places that are too hot too. I would pick a U.S. state, but not Texas. Yeah. Again, it's very rare that you would die from heat as you would from cold, like triple the danger of cold. But yeah, I'd probably go somewhere more Midwest that doesn't get snow at all, but also doesn't get like 150,000 degrees all year. Get yourself some dehydrated yapples. Yes, I'm going to see the solar eclipse. I'm right in the path, basically. I just have to drive 2 hours east to see it. So I'm doing it. I could head to Watertown, New York, but just in case crap hits the fan, I don't want to be in another country. So I'm going to go close to that way. Gold and silver, if you can carry brick, sure, but like, yeah, tradable sizes. Coins, you can do your own gold and silver. I grow my own fruits and vegetables. For this summer, I bought like 35 strawberry plants and 100 raspberry plants. I bought a pear tree, apple tree. I already have 3 apple trees and a cherry tree. I bought extra cherry trees. I bought peach tree, and I'm gonna can everything I make this summer. Like, there is a lot of places that are farms that will survive it, that will continue to grow fruit and vegetables in lots of farming areas, if you know what I'm saying, right? So if you're smart at it, you'll be able to figure it out. Yeah, I'm absolutely taking my blow-ups, of course. Those are coming with me. Jet boil. What's a jet boil? Jet boil. Oh, it's camping gear. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay, don't kill the trees. Ever thought about not killing them? You're like my wife, Can. That's very much, my wife could kill a cactus, which is, they don't even need water. But like, if you're buying trees from fruit stands, I think that the trick to planting trees is to obviously have the right amount of soil, but dig your hole, fill the hole with water, let it really, really, really seep in, then plant your tree and make sure you keep that shit watered. Okay, a lot. Dig it deep. No, I don't believe in the solar eclipses conspiracies. People are saying there's going to be like a trillion cicadas that are going to escape the ground and go eat all the crops. They're saying it could be an EMP from a solar flare. I don't believe any of that's going to happen. It's going to be a big old nothing burger, but it's going to be really cool to see the solar eclipse. Yeah, food, medical supplies are going to be worth way more than gold and silver. Nobody's going to care about gold and silver depending on the emergency. Kira's pimple is going to survive. It's like a roach. Right? Handmaid's Tale is so good. If you guys haven't watched Handmaid's Tale, please go watch it. Yeah, if you rent, you can plant them 30-pound plant bags. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Yep. Get yourself some chapstick. Some Burt's Bees, vanilla bean. See, everybody thinks Alicia Doherty is a prepper. She's not a prepper. She's just an overbuyer. But in case of emergency, she will have a lot of food. So she's inadvertently a prepper. I don't think she means to be a prepper, though. I don't think that she's like, yeah, I'm prepping for the end times. No. Dare I say something about a devil's comet is supposed to arrive on the 8th? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Although, if you believe in biblical end times, the end times that are coming are going to be with fire, not with water. So you never know. Yeah, she's a hoarder, not a prepper. Yeah, exactly. Well, they've got. See, talking about the if you. Sorry. Do you think the solar eclipse is like a full moon? Like, where people go crazy? There will be some stuff that goes on. People will take advantage of this opportunity where there will be millions of people in city centers along that thing to do something stupid. That's what I'm scared of. There's already been a declared state of emergency in Niagara Falls because of how many people are going to be there. Be safe. If you're going to go to a major city center that's for the eclipse or somewhere where it's going to be very populated, thanks, Kimmy. Just keep your head on a swivel. Okay. Keep to the outskirts, have escape plans ready. Don't be in the middle of everything. Okay. Don't do that. Okay. Be very, very careful if you're going where a lot of people are. And again, head on a swivel. Always consider where you're going to be exiting, because there are going to be people that will take advantage of this to do something crazy. I'm surprised too, actually. Really? I wonder if I should go there. Just kidding. That's that stupid. Always have a safe way out. Always be aware of your surroundings. Watch your 6. Who says that NASA is going to shoot rockets at the sun? Because I guarantee you they're not going to shoot rockets at the sun. A rocket would come nowhere near the sun. It would never reach the sun. No, Ottawa did not declare a state of emergency. All right, Renee, get to bed. Start getting on that site tomorrow and get some prepping stuff. I don't know why your comment didn't come through. I don't know. You know what? Apparently there's a solar eclipse like every 2 months on Earth. So I think this one, specifically the cities that it hits, people are scared because of the city centers that it's hitting along this way. It's never been like this. Crystal, we don't know when the end is going to be. If you're talking about biblical end times, we don't know. The Bible literally says you will not know the date or time or the minute. You'll never know. Okay, I'm glad we're getting you through work. That's the most important thing here. I'm surprised Hamilton hasn't declared. You know what? It's funny. Keel, you know I'm from Hamilton. I was born in Hamilton, right? You know that? Anyway, they're canceling schools for the solar eclipse. I think mostly so kids can get out and see it. But yeah, the schools are canceled. Well, that's not true. Jesus knows. Oilers clinched. So did the Leafs. Hey, thanks, Candace. That's awesome. My Beavers is here. Where have you been? I bet you my Beavers unit. I bet you she's a prepper. Yes, I think Alusha will do an eclipse snacker board. Yes, I do. And I'm going to snark on it. You better believe it. My Beavers, you got, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but can you get your hands on MREs? Hey, Carrie, popping in to say hello to Josh and the best chat on YouTube. Josh, have you seen Leave the World Behind on Netflix? No, but I'll watch it if it's like end of the time stuff. Okay, well, tradesies. I'll send you money. You send me MREs. My Beavers, you and your husband are absolutely in my apocalypse team for the States. I have a question about your weight loss. Was it hard to start off? Is it personal? No worries. I found out I'm almost type 2. That's where I was. I was almost type 2 diabetic. I was fatty liver. I was going to die. I had a resting heart rate of 192. It was insane. Okay. After I got the surgery, I actually started working out like every single day. I started doing the Couch to 5K app. I was boxing. You have to get active. And as you see the weight melt off, it just inspires you to do it more. You cannot just sit around and be like, this is going to save me. You've got to get crazy. You got to get out there and you got to work your ass off. But it helps melt it off way faster. So you might work hard right now, and for a month, you'll be like, oh, I lost 10 pounds or whatever the case may be. The same can be said for what I did. In the same amount of time I can lose 10 pounds now, I lost 80 pounds. So it just helps it get off faster, and you want to. You feel like $1,000,000. If you're trying to lose a lot of weight and you're doing it through the surgery like I did, you have to understand it is not easy. You have got to bust your ass, just so you're aware. But it's, again, how do I say this? So like, if you bust your ass normally, you get a 20% payback. When you bust your ass after surgery, it's like 100-fold payback. That's why it's easier, if that makes sense. Yeah, she's in my will for sure. She gets my stereo. You have a pallet you're selling of emery. Rachel, can you reach out to me on Instagram? You have a pallet? Let me know, please. Please let me know. Yeah, I'll take a look, Troy, for sure. What foods did I remove when I first got my surgery? I couldn't eat anything fatty, like with like grease in it. I couldn't eat milk anymore. Just proteins. Just eat protein. That's all I ate. Vegetables. But I was still eating candy and stuff, just not as much. Yeah, it's really hard to get MREs. That's what I'm saying too, Jordan. It's really hard to get MREs. No, it's a stereo. Okay, it's different. Hello, every time I started using Couch to 5K, I got pregnant. Samesies. It's hard to get them in Canada. It really is. Yeah, get to the gym. Get your cardio up for the end of the world, guys. Okay, sweet, because I want to know what they cost. So let me know. I want to start a prepping channel. I really do. I want to get into it. I want to really, really, really like go into the woods, and I'm going to create like a desalinator. I want to build like an underground bunker. I want to get into it. Like, it would be so much fun. That would be a great series. It's amazing talk. I'm going to be taking medication. Need to start protein and something active. I don't lose muscle mass because your conversation with boxing. Yeah, you're losing a lot of weight fast too. You lose muscle mass. So get into something. Boxing is huge for me because I really enjoyed it. And I hate running, and they didn't make me run, but boxing was really good. But you can definitely get into something where you're going with people and building relationships. But absolutely do it, Rosie. It's saved my life. We get MREs in New Zealand after hurricanes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they have. Can you imagine how much MREs the government has stockpiled in your country? Jeez. Yeah, get it. Subscribe to the Doodads channel, guys. Head over to Doodads on YouTube. We got 4 episodes up already. She goes along with me. She's not super into it, but she's obviously, you know, I got her a medical bag and she loves it. And I talk to her about it all the time, so she's ready, but she's not into it as much as I am. Just bought the best Bugout bag from Amazon. I'm excited now. Hope there's emergency. No, you don't want there to be an emergency, guys. You don't want there to be one, but you want to be ready for one. But make sure you fill that Bugout bag with everything that you're going to need. And then start actually going on hikes with your bag. Really do it. Yeah, some of the other doodads are preppers. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, don't rely on the government for anything. Rely on yourself. I sort of did a weight loss video or 2 on my channel. I did. Mount Warehouse is a great spot to get stuff. And they have like prepper food too. Mount Warehouse is like a prepper's dream. I love that place. Yeah. If you have babies, stock up on everything. Like, oh man, even if you're breastfeeding or not, get baby formula. Okay. Get things that your babies are going to need to eat. If you are currently with a child or pregnant or with a child that needs to like baby food, stock up baby food. Those little bottles, they last forever. Get tons of it. Well, Rosie, reach out to me. I'll tell you what I did. I went to Tijuana. So if you want to know the ins and outs of it, you reach out to me. I'll let you know. No, there's a solar eclipse every 2 months on planet Earth. Yes. No, sort of. My shoulders still hurt a little bit here and there, my wrists, but it's getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, I want to get a dehydrator now too. Like I'm in. We could, yeah, humans could live off baby formula, like human adults. Yeah, I have a compass. I don't have a land nav, but I should get one. I'm going to get one of those. They are not MREs given for emergencies or humanitarian rations, which you could buy easy. Look for humanitarian rations, not MRE. That's okay. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Do we need to make out animals go bags? If your animal needs meds, possibly. Food, yeah, I'm sure you want to put food in their bag. You can get dog bags. If their big dog is big enough, you can have them hold their own bags. But in the end, an animal is going to be sufficient on you unless they're smart and can learn to hunt. And it's going to be hard. I'm 45 minutes from the earthquake epicenter yesterday. I guess I can start prepping. Yeah, Carrie, you're not prepping? What the hell? How are you even one of my mods and you're not a prepper? You can freeze dry breasts. You can freeze dry ice cream, cupcakes, breast milk, whatever, condoms, whatever you need. Nana, you son of a bitch. My husband doesn't need a compass. I have an internal one. No, he needs a compass. There's no app for losing weight. There's there's ones you can track your calories, MyFitnessPal, but I just ran using Couch to 5K app. Yeah, Mormons are preppers by religion. They are. Know how to start a fire? Yeah, that's important. I have family that just bought a freeze dryer. Oh man, if I had a freeze dryer, they're $5,000. If you have family freeze dryer, get into it. Like it's just interesting anyway. You ever had freeze dried strawberries? They're delicious. Freeze dried fruit, it's just like candy. It's so good. Even if you don't want it to prep, it's delicious. Meemaw, you're gonna survive. That's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny. Okay, you can have those things. You can have those things for sure. Does anybody in this chat have a freeze dryer? $1,500 for a freeze dryer? Where? I've never heard of that. No, it's not. That's silly. Having skills is so important. We garden, hunt, raise meat, can dehydrate, make herbal medicines, and even make alcohol. Like this is it. If you know people who can do this type of stuff, they're the ones that are gonna live. They're the ones that are gonna survive, and they're already doing it now. So nothing really changes for them at all. Okay, an air fryer is not gonna do much. Although I think you can dehydrate with an air fryer. No, we're not hiking with a freeze dryer. We want to talk about prepping. A freeze dryer helps you prep. Yeah, a lot of prepping groups do this. They all buy one and they split time with the freeze dryer. Each person gets it for a week at their house or something like that. Or they put it in someone's house and they all bring their food to freeze dry. Yep, seeds, important. You should. I mean, yeah, you want to be able to outrun the zombies, right? Zombies can be fast. After listening to Doodads, I get the sense that Mark and your friends don't realize they're in your prep. They know. They know. Jeff's in a different part of the Canada now, though, so he's got his own little prep team. But yeah, we know. We got some stuff going on. Or maybe they have one like they have an like have the group chats where you're like they have an extra one. Maybe they have their own little prep team that's I'm not on. Maybe. Could be. Best way to store dry goods in general. Here, I'll show you. This. These are Mylar bags. Okay. It's literally a metal bag. Okay. You get your wife's hair straightener. Okay. You put all of your dry goods in this bag. So this holds 5 gallon or 5 liters, something like that. It's a pretty big bag. I can fit a whole bag, giant bag of flour, giant bag of sugar in there. So you put your stuff in this bag. You throw an oxygenator in there. Okay. These are oxygenators. They take out oxygen. They absorb oxygen. And then you seal that bag. You pull out as much air as you can from the bag. And then you get your wife's hair straightener and you go across the bag and it seals it. They're called Mylar bags. Mylar. M-Y-L-A-R bags. Get them in all different sizes. These are oxygenators or like oxygen absorbers, they're called. And they absorb oxygen. You just do it. Put it in pasta, rice, whatever, beans. You put it in these bags. You make sure there's no oxygen in them, as much as you can pull out. And then you just put them in a 5-gallon food grade pail, put the lid on it and date it. I don't know why she does that. I think she got sponsored by the van company. So she has to do it every time. So if you got those bags, you're halfway there. If you don't have a wife, use your own straightener. That's very important. Flour will last in that bag. It will. It'll absolutely last. If you do it properly, it'll last. Some of you guys are going to owe me in the end times. Okay, you're welcome. You can prep. Anybody can prep. Pasta's cheap. Flour's cheap. Rice is cheap. Beans are cheap. The stuff that I have prepped in my containers, all that stuff, I have literally 3 months worth of food easily just in 5-gallon pails. And it likely only cost me $60. You can prep because the food you're going to need in the end time is the most basic fundamental food, which is the cheapest stuff you can get. Okay. If you ever see cans of soup on sale at the dollar store or whatever, grab a bunch. You can prep even if you're poor. Okay. My mods are amazing. It's true. I do. I'm blessed with good mods. Really? Bake your flour? I can't even imagine. It's true. Buy something you're going to eat, but in the end, again, if it's an emergency survival situation, you're going to need flour. Okay, you will need it. It's worth getting flour. My wife likes, the maple and brown sugar oatmeal you get from Quaker. I literally bought 10 boxes of those. and I emptied each one of those packages out into a Mylar bag, shook it up, put oxygen absorbers, put all the air out of it, and I sealed it. That's going to last me 10 years, 5 to 10 years. I'm prepped for 5 years plus. If you cannot afford these things, get a large metal trash can, fill up food you want, cover it with lid and tape and duct tape. Yeah, and bury it if you can. Ooh, I didn't know that. I should check on my sugar. Really? I should check on my sugar. It's been over a year since I did my sugar, so I might as well just do it now and then use it in baking, re-up my sugar. Because I cycle my food every 2 or 3 years just to keep it fresher. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 20-pound bag of dried beans, $14. Dried beans, protein. Yeah, get guns. If you're in the States, get some guns. Okay. No, snow is done, thank God. True. I mean, even if it's rock hard, still usable. True. Yeah, I wish. I totally wish. $7mm Mylar bags are good for 25 years. Thickness matters. That's what she said. LCJC, are you Mormon? Yeah, I mean, for my prep team or for my apocalypse team, I'm the guitar player. Chris, Josh, we're both preppers, my wife and I, but we do it on cheap. Yeah, it's absolutely possible for sure. You and your wife are smart. I have a generator, not a panel. Oh, yes. Sorry. I have a generator panel. Yes, yes, yes. So I can plug my house into my generator. Yes. Yeah, you're going to need entertainment in the end times. That's viable. I freeze my flour and store it in waterproof storage bags and bins. Flour, sugar, beans, rice, super important to have because those things you can just grow. Yeah, it's true. No, I left that cult only 1.5 years and woke up. I prepped because I had little voice tell. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, seriously, my wife is going to take care of me. Her recent live was insane. Do you see Josh Pre-Taint went to get a spray tan at 10 at night with Kira's underage girl cousin? What? What? Yeah, solar. Get yourself some solar panels. Yeah, this is important. Kay said it. If you grow up poor, you know how to make something delicious out of a few ingredients. We do know. That's my welfare pasta is the most delicious food. I still make it. My farty meatballs, easy to make, couple ingredients, delicious. No, I didn't. My rink didn't work this year. I was so pissed. Soon it was ready, it was like 10 degrees outside. We had such a weird winter. Yep, tampons, very important. Yeah. Peanut butter is, especially the stuff with all the garbage in it, it'll last a lot longer. You can really? There's an LDS food supplier? Interesting. Interesting. I will make a petty with a purpose shirt for sure. I have not covered Scientology. I know a little bit about it, like L. Ron Hubbard, the books that he wrote about the aliens and stuff. I know a lot about Scientology, so I haven't really touched on it yet. Scientology and Mormons have a lot in common. Yeah, the welfare pasta is so good. Here's how you do welfare pasta. Elbow noodles, okay? Tomato soup. Can of whole tomatoes or chopped diced tomatoes. Bunch of cheese whiz, or Velveeta, or whatever you call it. Just put that in there a little bit. Salt, pepper, stir it up. Boom. Delicious. It's delicious and not nutritious, but it will last you forever. Oxygen absorbers. They're just called oxygen absorbers. You can just Google, put that in on Amazon. If you live in the States, find an old military store. They sell MREs, run normally $9.99. That's really cheap, actually. So the LDS food store is actually really cheap for food prep. I'm not LDS, and you don't have to be. They just want to see everyone prepped. Okay, I'm taking a look at this. Now I'm interested. What's it called? Provident Living. Okay, hold on. Bishop's Storehouse? What the hell? Check this out. Yeah, ramen. That's a good one. That'll last forever. So the Bishop's Storehouse, gardening, physical health, employment, finance, emergency preparedness. Like they have worksheets. I mean, if one thing that Mormons are good for, it's actually teaching people how to be emergency prepared. That's honestly all they're good for. But that's pretty good, man. Interesting. Mormons. But if you're going to be in the end times area, you want to be where Mormons are. They're all preppers. Powdered milk lasts a long time. Ariel, didn't you hear? Didn't you get the notice? We're prepping. The end times are coming. So just get on it. Though your welfare pasta is bougie. Mine's just pasta, tomato soup, salt, and pepper. I mean, that's still good. I used to just have pasta with just margarine and butter, or margarine and salt and pepper. That was still pretty good. I want some right now. Is that really where I'm like craving that I want to go upstairs and make some welfare pasta? Yeah, live by the Amish. That's a good one. 100%. Army Navy store, bro. Army Navy store. Army Navy store. Okay. Wait, what? Army Navy shop. afsurplus.com. All right, here we go. Check it. The US has such better stuff than us. Like so much cooler. Oh, look at that. Mystery meals. You only get one? Do you only get one for $12.99? Because that's too expensive. Here we go. $100. Military MRE case full of 12 meals for $100. That's not that bad, actually. That's pretty good. Ooh. Bulletproof vests. Oh, yeah. This place is cool. Oh, yeah. See, why is chili $12? That seems crazy. That's so true. Military orange drink, $1. That's a good idea. Get some of that. You get a sticker too. Pizza, you get a pepperoni slice for $25. Are you out of your mind? $25 for a piece of pizza? No. You got beans. Cheese tortellini, 12. I want to try some of these. Mexican style chicken stew. Oh man. It all looks good and sounds good, but it's not. MRE Depot website. Okay, here we go. Dang, you guys are a wealth of information too. I love talking to you guys. So much fun. Yeah, the $100 box seems to be the one. Okay. Okay. Like, I understand why it's expensive because it costs a lot to make them. I do get that, but dang, it's expensive. Those MREs are full meals. Comes with numerous items. One pack can last at least a day and a half if you're rationing. Yeah, that's true. People opening MREs on YouTube are so much more expensive. Damn influencers. Yeah, made MREs more expensive. And I was thinking about doing that. They come with treats. Apparently, so I was talking to a military guy, my friend of mine, and he's saying that he's pretty high up there. He's just talking about like life as a soldier. And apparently what they do is they take all the MREs when you're living in a camp that requires MREs. They throw it in a big pot, they boil it, and you just you get what you get. Apparently, if you like, fish around in the thing, it's like it's bad juju. You get in trouble. Don't do it. You just get what you get and you move on. You don't like pick and choose. Apparently, it's a no-no. That's what I heard. That's true. Eh? Like, yo, can I just set up the army for a little bit? Thanks. Then war would, my luck, war would start. My 9-year-old's only wish for Christmas to get an MRE, and I spent $40 on him. It's hilarious, Jordan. That's hilarious. What? Actually, a good idea. Dumpster dive for MREs and just in the dumpster? Why? MREs are meant to last, right? That seems crazy. Yeah, get what you get. Don't get upset. I mean, I'd eat one cold. Kayla, are you from the military? People in the military, I love speaking to people who serve in the military. They're like the coolest people ever. They got the coolest stories. I love people who serve in the military. Deserve all of your they should be like the superstars. They shouldn't be like paying athletes millions of dollars. They should be paying soldiers millions of dollars. This is crazy. I want to go dumpster diving at a military base now. This is true. This is true. If you're a serious prepper, get your own freeze dryer, prep your own food. As a nurse, I have a majority of these items, especially after the, exactly. Good for you. Vanessa, you should get on a team. I've heard Kingsguard stories too, and they are crazy. My girls wanted MREs when they were little, and my brother had some from when he was in the army, so he gave them to the girls, and they loved the whole experience. This is great. You guys are awesome people. You know that? You're great. A box of humanitarian rations, full day of food on Amazon is $35 to $45. It's not bad. Oh, you served in the Marines, even more badass. Cool. Yeah, Rosie. It is. Eventually. Maybe not now. Maybe not in 100 years. But sometime. Really? Store in Brantford called Brant Surplus. Let me check it out. Okay. Wait, Brant Surplus? Brant Surplus. I don't see anything called Brant Surplus. Elia, where have you been? We've been on for 2 hours and 15 minutes already. This is important, Vanessa. Very important. Freeze-dried candy, smart. Now you can trade that stuff. My husband and I were both Navy. We had to keep people out of Marines MREs, out of the Marines MREs, because you guys got better ones. That's kind of cool. Brantford Surplus. Okay, I'm there. And I'm looking here. Where do we go? I don't see any MREs. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I know I got to get going, everybody. No, it's astronaut space view is probably a lot different. But that was awesome. I'm glad you guys went through my bag with me. Now I'm hungry. So I'm going to go eat some food, hang out, and watch some TV. Hope you guys had an amazing chat with me, and thanks for being here. You're incredible. I'll see you when I see you.